Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and on my bracelet tutorial, one of my subscribers asked if I had a tutorial for the earrings I was wearing. I did not. They were sort of old. They're over a year old. These are the ones I call hot chocolate because, well, there's a gingerbread boy on this side, but on the other side, there's a little cup of hot chocolate. As you can see, there's lots of beads in this. So I'm going to turn down and we're going to go over what I need for this. And we're going to, then I'm going to give you an explanation of how we're going to make them. And then we're going to make them. So let's turn down and do that. Okay, now here are the parts and pieces I'm going to be using for this. But in the meantime, let's take a closer look at our earrings, shall we? Now, if we spread the beads apart, you can see that down the middle of that is links of oval jump rings. Now, these oval jump rings are what everything is going to sit on. Each oval jump ring has 2 beads on it, one on either side of the one above it and below it. See, like how this one is? So we need 2 beads for each of our links that we're going to put in, and the last one has 3 because it has our charm and it has 2 more beads. Now if you wanted to, you could just hang this down one more and put the charm on it. We're going to use a different kind of charm. We're not going to use something like this. What I've got for the charms for the bottom this time are a couple I got from Bead Box Bargains. And they are really pretty little snowflakes with green and red crystals embedded in the middle of them. So these are going to be our charms at the bottom. Now you'll notice I have some bells in here. Well, I have some bells that have already been wire wrapped up. So we're going to open those up and get some of those out. Now I got the bells from Randy Brown at Thunder Horse Descendant. In case you're wondering, I believe she still might have some in her shop. I'm not sure. But we are going to use on each one 4 of each of these. So we want 4 bells. Like I say, they're already wrapped, so we don't have to worry about wrapping those. So we have 4 bells for one side and 4 bells for the other. So this is one earring, this is the other. I have some little ball head pins. Since these only have 1 bead, and well, they're going to have 2, but one is going to be very tiny. And then they're going to wrap, and they're going to go, each earring has an ear wire and some pieces for its chain piece. So this is for one earring, this is for the other. Then what we have got for the other beads is the red out of the holiday cheer from Bargain Bead Box is the red star cut. We're going to need 4 of these for each of our earrings. So we'll cut this loose and get 4 of each of these off. Like that leaves us 2 for anything else we decide to use our little red beads for. Then we're going to, of course, need 4 of our green for each one. So we'll cut those off also and get those. there's the 4 for that, and the 4 for this one. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the bead caps and put them on the green. And this is a conforming bead cap, so you can squish it down to the shape you need it to be. So we'll need, just going to need 4 for each side of these. There we go, 4. And then we're going to need some of spacers. You only need 8 of these, so I should have only pulled 8 out. These are going to go with the red beads. And lastly, what we need are some of our tiny beads like so. Now we could use a tiny, instead of these, we could use a tiny seed bead at the bottom, which I frequently do, but I think this would be pretty with these various colored little beads here. So I'm going to cut them right here between the red and the green, since it's red and green I want. Excuse me, I'm catching a bit of a cold. And we're going to get these are going to go below the red, and so we're going to get 4 of the green, 4 under the red, and 4 on each side for the red ones under the green. And the rest can go back in their baggie. And the first thing we have to do now is to wrap all of these babies up. Like I say, the bells are already done. We don't have to worry about those. And we will get out one set of these, and we will start working on them. So what we're going to do, put these aside for now, is we're going to take our ball head pin. We're going to take a little red bead, cap, and then the green bead. And then what we're going to wrap those all up with little wire wraps. So we need our pliers. And I always use my stepped bell making pliers and use it on the smallest. We'll wrap it around, drop her down, bring her around, then we'll grab it with these. And you can either finger wrap these or do it with the pliers. I prefer to do it with the pliers. As you can see, this is a very soft wire, so you need to be very careful so you don't bend it up too horribly bad. It's a given I'll bend it somewhat, and then I'll have to fix it. That's all right. So clip our end off here and then tuck it in. Now once it's tucked in, it's a given that it's going to need straightened. So we'll just straighten it up. You can do that by hand or with your pliers, but there's one done. So then for the red, what we'll do, grab one of our little wires, get one of the green beads, one of the gold spacers, and one of our red beads. There we go. Beginning to think I wasn't going to find the end of that. It's one thing about English cut or star cut, whichever you prefer to call them, is their spots aren't always the same. So then, of course, we wrap it, drop it, bring it over, switch to the pliers. Now, like I said, if you have enough room and if you want to, you could do this by hand. But since I know this is going to slip around on me, I try to do it with the pliers. Now this last little bit will fit onto this one, so I'm just going to tuck it in there. And now this one's done. And again, it's a little bit crooked, so we'll just straighten her up. So here is what we're going to be putting on our earring. So we have our bell and our beads. And that bead's big enough, it slides up over the top of that. Uh-oh, there, that goes over there. And so we'll just stagger those onto there like this. But now we need to finish wrapping up our beads. So we're going to do it exactly the way we have with the other ones. So I'm just going to put these on and then bend them over for this first side. Looks like I have an extra bead cap, and that's fine. We'll just put it away later. Actually, I have 2 extra bead caps. Now that we've got all our beads on, the next step is, of course, to wrap these all up. So just grab whichever one you want, and we'll just start on these. Wrap it around, bring her down, bring her over. Wrap it around, drop her down, bring her over. Okay, now that we have those wraps done, now we just grab our pliers and do our wraps. Now you could do the wraps right after you do the round piece. You don't have to do it like I did it. I just figured that I would have them all getting done around the same time. Tuck that last little bit in there. And I do believe we need straightened. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm taking my second pair of pliers and just tucking this extra wire in a circular motion so that we get it all in there, but I don't have to worry about trying to pull it around. But as you can see, frequently what happens when you do that is you get a warped out wire. But frankly, you're not going to see these wires too much because they are going to be inside in the middle of all the beads. So once you put these on, the wires themselves are going to sort of disappear because they're going to be in the middle. We go. Now see that edge of wire? I'm not going to just try and move my pliers until I can squish it down into place as I'm going around. Straighten our circle up. That just wants to be a troublemaker. That's all right. We got it. So there's our 4 reds, our 4 bells, and now we have to finish up the green, and then we're going to put it together. I will probably do all the wrapping on the second set off screen because I don't think you need to see me wrap another 8 pieces. So we have 2 more for this side to do. Like I say, grab them right here where the wires come together and then just wrap this baby around. Now our last green one. Stop that. This little butt wire doesn't want to tuck, so we're just going to cut it off. Okay, so there's all the pieces for our first one. And now we need to put together the pieces for the second one. I'm going to do that off screen, and we'll be back as soon as I have the other section all wrapped up. Okay, now we have all of our pieces. So now we're going to start putting those together. So what we need to do is grab our jump rings. And in this one, I had the bottom jump ring as a larger jump ring, and then I had these two pearls on with my little charm. This time I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put the charm on its own jump ring, and then the next one will hook to it. And what you need to decide then is what two are going to be next. The green ones, or the red ones, or the gold balls. I'm thinking I might do it like this. Go up the line like so. So what you do then is you take your next jump ring and you open it up, and you take the first of your bead pieces. Then I'm going to put on my charm, and then my second bead piece. We want those to be separated by the middle. So then we'll close that up. Make sure it's good and tight. I just felt it crunch, so it's tight. So there's how we're doing the first bit. Now we get our next jump ring, open it, and go to what we're going to do next. And I've decided on the bells. So through the bell, through the jump ring, keeping the two green on either side of our next one coming up, and then the bell again, and close. Now before you even bother to ask, some people are going to go, can we do this with chain? Yes. However, your chain is going to have to be able to open the links, or you are going to have to jump ring them on anyway. So you might as well just jump ring them. So now we have to find where this one is. We want in the middle of the two bells. Oh, I did this wrong because we have to put on the red one first, the first red one. Now through the middle. And now the other red. Now we close this up. And you can see how it's looking. Now we go back to the green. Looks like I don't have enough jump rings out, but that's all right. I know where to get them at. Open. Grab a green. Find the middle of the two reds. Right there. Put the other green on. And close. Now I noticed the red jump ring wasn't closed all that well, so we're going to go down here and close it better. There we go. Now we're on to the bells again. So we'll just borrow some of these jump rings from over here. Open. Bell. Now we want between the two greens. So right there. Oop. Come here, you. Between the two greens and bell. Close it up. And now the last one is the next set of reds. So one red, find the one where the bells are at, which this is the bottom, so we want to make sure we get the top bells. Go between the two bells, put on the other red, and close our jump ring. Now, the next step is to put on our ear wire. Now, in mine, over here, I had put in a caged bead in between. You can do that if you want, or you can just put a bead up here, or just put nothing. Just hook your ear wire on. I think I'm just going to hook my ear wire on today. So I need to find the top of my strand, which is here. Then we need to hook right here. And we need to make sure we're going to face the right direction as far as our you know, I think it does need something up top there. So we're going to find something. In the meantime, let's put together the other set, shall we? Well, maybe it doesn't need anything there. It's looking pretty good. But we want our charm to hold to the front. So we're going to close this little one right here. think we don't need this second jump ring here, so we'll take it off. Put our ear wire on. We'll see how it looks. And that's when I'll need to decide if I want to add anything more or not. There she goes. And there she's hanging just like so. Well, it's hard to see when it's down on the bottom down there, isn't it? So here we go. Here's what she looks like. And like I say, you can put, like I have here, we have a caged crystal here. You could put a caged crystal in there if you wanted to, or another bead. But this is what we've got. Let's get some more little jump rings out and get this baby going. So first, of course, is our charm. By itself. And then I believe we went with green. Yep, green it was. So the green bead, one green bead first, through the jump ring, and the second green one. Now remember what I said, one on either side of the one below. So now we get our next jump ring. Go between the two bells. Oops, I forgot the bell. We want the first bell on first. Come on there. Then between the two green, then the other bell. Close her up. Okay, I just dropped out another pile of jump rings, so open up the first one. And this is the red, so we grab a red, then we go up here and we find the middle between our two bells, which is right here, and then the next red. Close her up. And up the line like so. Next is green. So we put on the green, go between the two bells. Nope, between the two reds. Red was our last one. So between the two reds, and then the other green. And close. Now the next two bells. So we put on a bell, go between the two greens. So we want to go, there's the one from down below, so we want to go right here between these two greens, put on the other bell, and close her up. Now we have one more, which is our red. Go on the first red, find the middle of our two bells, which is right here. Put on the other red, and close it up. Now we put on the next jump ring. Actually, it looks like I jump ringed this directly to this piece. We'll open this back up, put our ear wire on, didn't get it open enough apparently, or my pliers are in the way, one or the other. Close her up. And there is our second earring. So there are our earrings. As you can see, they're a little different than the one I made before because I did put this extra bit at the top. Now, if you want extra at the top, you're welcome to put that in. It will definitely add some length to your earring, and as you can see, if you want that extra length, or if you want that dangle to come down further, then and you want something a little more open by your ear, then yes, find a bead or a caged crystal or some such thing to put up towards the top. And I could do that if I chose to, and I may still. But that is how you make these earrings, just 2 at a time, making sure you have either bead on either side of the jump ring, the jump ring below it, when you put these on, so that you have that symmetry there. So there they are, our earrings. In looking at these, I have decided I want my little snowflake down even further so that it shows up better. So I'm going to put another jump ring in. I did find a couple of caged crystals if I were to want to put them up to the top. If you want to do that, you just put through one of these, then put another jump ring in above to hang into your ear wire. But I'm going to get a couple of more little jump rings, and I am going to move that charm down a little bit. So to do that, all I'm going to do is go in here, open up the jump ring that he's on already, take him off, close it back up, grab one of these, open it, put the charm on, and then find my bottom one again and clip her onto there. Now let's see if I like that better. Yeah, that hangs down a little bit better, but I also have it backwards, I noticed, so I'm going to have to flip it. So let's get that flipped. Come on. Yeah, I think I like that better with it just a little bit lower. So we're going to do the same thing here. Open this one up. Take this off. Close this back up. Get the next jump ring. Open it up. Put our charm on. Let's see if we can figure out which way is front right off the bat. So come here, you. I can see you down in there. I think I got 2 jump rings instead of just the one I needed. So it's right there between the green. There it is. Got it. Close her up. Make sure she's on the right direction. Yep, she is. Here we go. I am not going to put these caged crystals on, but if you were to want to, like I said, just take this jump ring, hook it onto one of this, go entirely to the other side, put a jump ring through here, and then onto your ear wire, and that would be how you do that. So those are our little earrings, all finished. Aren't those pretty? So here are the earrings we've been working on with our holiday cheer box from Bead Box Bargains. Added some bells and some snowflakes to the bottom. Aren't those pretty? Hope you enjoyed making these with me, and I had a good time making them. I think they're pretty, and I hope that you do too. But that is how you make the earrings similar to these. Like I said, if you want to put the caged crystal in the top, it's just a matter of a couple of jump rings. Talk to you later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.